Hey guys, it's me. Nice for you guys tonight for a while because I have a lot of from the Dollar Tree, and I have a whole case of it actually, and I've been wanting viral wreath for a while, and I thought I'm gonna sit down and do one tonight, and I'll just record it for you guys. So I have brown. You can see that I have orange. I have yellow, and I have green somewhere. This stuff sticks together like crazy. I have it all in my bin over here. And I have green. So I hear a lot of people complaining that they don't like Dollar Tree mesh because it frays. I did cut this with the wood burning tool, so it's Dollar Tree mesh. So, but you're going to be rolling it into little spirals. So, the only part that's going to be exposed is the one end, but you're going to face that down. So, and honestly, as long as you don't handle mesh that's being cut too much, roll it up, stick it on, and leave it alone. Don't fuss with it. You're not going to have fraying. So I'll be honest with you, I've never done a spiral mesh wreath before. It's just one of those things where I've always done ruffles, or I've even done a poof with Dollar Tree mesh, like a pull through. A pull through poof is what I call it. So you really can't do an actual poof where you're going from one pipe cleaner to the other with Dollar Tree mesh because it's not wide enough. But you can do a pull, and maybe I'll show you that one of these days too. But maybe you guys have done this before. I know. I think one of my members here posted something that was similar, but I want to use up this mesh. We haven't done anything fall in a while, so let's get started. What I did was let me see how many I have here. 3 per section. 1, 2. I have 18 pipe cleaners on here. This isn't the best color. This is dark brown, but it's all I had. I'll just tuck these around behind after I'm done, or I'll cut them off, whatever. But you can see what I did. I actually wrapped my pipe cleaners around two bars, if you can see that. So I've got 2 pipe cleaners. You can see that section there. And the 2 middle bars, okay? You see that? The 2 middle bars here. Okay, I've got the pipe cleaner wrapped right around the middle, okay? And then I've got 1 down below, wrapped around 2 of the bars, and then back up again here around the 2 middle bars. And you're going to do that all the way around. So you're going to have 3 pipe cleaners per section. So that's pretty easy to see. And that's it. So what you're going to do, I actually was playing with this a little bit earlier, and I didn't know if I wanted to do 2 spirals per pipe cleaner or 3 or 4. 4 is a little bit too much. 2 is not enough. So I'm going to do, these are actually cut into 9-inch pieces. Yeah, that's 9 inches. So you're going to want to cut your mesh into 9-inch pieces, and you're just going to start rolling it. Roll it as tight as you can. If you have trouble with your hands, if you have little clips or something to kind of hold these together while you're working, you can. You're just going to want to pinch that, okay? You want it to go up like that when you're putting it down. It looks better than having it face down like that. You curl these to go up. So you are actually going to have your cut end up, but again, if you don't touch it a lot, you're going to be fine. So what I do sometimes is I'll just lay something on it just to hold it down, or you can use a clip. So I'm going to do 3. I'm just grabbing a brown just because it happens to be there. It doesn't really matter. Even though we have 4 different colors, we'll make it work. So make another curly, and I'm going to put it across like that. Okay? And And I'm just laying it down. Some people can hold it while they do it, but it's hard for me with my fingers. So now I have a yellow and a green. I think I'm going to do just roll it. And then go across the other way again. Actually, you don't even really have to cross them. You can put them all in the same direction, and actually this one I want to go up. You want your curlies to go up. So, okay. Then you just grab one of your pipe cleaners and you just twist it in as tight as you can. And when you're pulling it, you're going to see that your little circles will hopefully go up. You want them to be going up. But then again, when you get them all on here and you squish them together, they're all going to start going up. So you're just going to keep going around. So I have a green one here because I haven't used green yet. Let's see. I have brown, yellow, and orange in that one. So I'm going to do green, orange, green, orange, and brown. There's really no rhyme or reason in how you want your colors. Hold it down. I've seen some people make their little bundles ahead of time too. And they'll actually tie the pipe cleaner around it and then attach the whole bundle to the frame. Move this over a little bit so you can, there. And you're just going to go all the way around with your little curlies. Yeah. This mesh does love to stick together. Just twist it as tight as you can. A couple twists. I actually went to the next section. I should have probably stayed with that one section, but I'll go back. They do slide a little bit, but once you start getting everything on, they won't slide. See, what did I not use in that bundle that I used in this one? I need it green now. So we'll do green. Let's see, we'll do a green, we'll do a brown. And we'll do a yellow. See what happens? They all want to stick together. I've had this bin of mesh, if you can see this bin of mesh over here. I've had that cut for probably a month. I just have not had the time to sit down and make something with it. Stick it in. Twist it as tight as you can. And don't touch it. Just let it be. Let it sit there. Because if you pull it too much, it's going to fray on you. Maybe I won't do brown on this one. Maybe I'll do orange, green. Yeah, I guess I'll do a green or yellow. Green, it looks a lot like yellow. This one's already curled from my practice one before, so. Plus, the other reason why I wanted to empty this bin is because I wanted to cut my mesh for the flower Saturday. And I wanted to store it in the bin, so I figured I better empty my bin. Now, if you find that, see right here, I feel like I'm squishing that together. I feel like I need another pipe cleaner there. So that's my one section there. And I've squished it together, but I still have room for another pipe cleaner. And I want this to be full, so I think I'm just going to add another pipe cleaner there. And you can snip these off too. You can definitely snip these off if they bother you. Because we're going to be adding ribbon too, but there's nothing wrong with snipping them here and there. I'll just do every other one because I don't think I'm going to add ribbon to every twist tie. So I'm just going to snip off every other extra piece of twist tie that I have there. I'm going to actually add another pipe cleaner because I don't think that section's going to be full enough. So let's see. I'll put another one down here at the bottom. Rolling and rolling. Oh my gosh, I have to tell you guys, if any of you have heard my story from when we made the candy cane wreath, oh my goodness, when was that? Beginning of September? Do you remember? End of September? No, it wasn't the end of September. Beginning or middle of September, we made a candy cane. For those of you who've been with the group that long, I think quite a few of you have, and I had a issue with Craft Outlet where it really wasn't a Craft Outlet issue, it was a FedEx issue. FedEx, I needed my candy cane form and my mesh in time for class. Class was supposed to be that Sunday or Saturday, I believe. And I checked my email, and I got a notification saying that my mesh was delivered at 10 a.m. in the morning. I think I'm going to twist tie there. I'm not happy with that. The 3 per section, that's not enough. So anyway, so we're putting actually 5 pipe cleaners per section. Sorry, you guys, 3 wasn't enough for me. Just alternating each row. So again, like look how I have this section here. See how I'm going like middle section 2, and then outer section 2, and then middle section again 2. If you end up adding more pipe cleaners, just go back and forth again. Like don't put them all in one row. If that makes sense. Okay. So anyway, back to my story. FedEx delivered my package to the wrong house. And I got the notification it was delivered. I had no package. I called them, and you have to call their 800 number. And then it's this big corporate procedure, you know, and they're insisting that they have no way of getting hold of the driver in the truck. No, we can't call them. They don't have phones in their truck. Well, guess what? I know for a fact that you can reach the drivers in the truck because my boyfriend used to work dispatch for FedEx, and they may not have a phone, but they have like a CB type thing where they could do dispatch and they could call them on the truck. So anyway, if they had been able to reach the driver that day, okay, he would have been able to go back and retrieve my package and bring it to me. It would have still been there. So what happened was, because of the stupid corporate way they have of doing things, the driver didn't even find out that he had misdelivered my package, or it really wasn't even brought to his attention until 2 days later. Okay, he shows up at my door looking terrible, so he felt so bad. He said, ma'am, you know, I just found out about it this morning. I went back to the house. It wasn't there. There had been some tenants living at the house. They had just moved out. So he thinks maybe they stole it. Anyway, Craft Outlet sent me another package. I actually went over to the house. I was so mad. I thought, you know, they stole my package. You know, why would somebody steal my package? So went back to the house, and the landlord was there cleaning in preparation for the new tenants to move in. And he was very nice. And I told him what happened, and he said, you know what? He said, they probably took it. You know, these were the type of people that would do that, or, I mean, who knows the type of people. I mean, that's not really a fair thing to say, but I left him my number. I said, you know, even if you talk to them and they just say to them, look, you know, this stuff isn't valuable. It's craft supplies. If you open the box, just give me back the box. I'll bring it to her, whatever. Any event, this was probably 3-4 weeks ago now. So I went out on my porch today. Craft Outlet sent me another package like afterwards so I could still have my class. But I went out on my porch today, and there was a package on my porch. And there was a little note on it, and it said, found this on the porch on the top shelf, Brian. Now, I'm pretty sure Brian was the landlord. And the box was opened. So what I'm thinking happened is the people that lived there before that moved out took the package and opened it, thinking there may have been something valuable. And when they realized it wasn't valuable, they just left it. Which, you know, whatever. But I was very shocked to get my package. And so now I have stuff to make another candy cane. You know what? I'm going to put, I don't want the yellow on top here because I have yellow on top there. So I'm going to switch this. I don't want two yellows right next to each other. I'm going to put the yellow on the bottom. So I have stuff to make another candy cane now. I'm very excited. I have a roll of mesh, and I have another candy cane frame. So hooray for me. I was very surprised to see that package there. I thought it was long gone. So that was nice. And this mesh does like to stick together. Okay. If you see some gaps, don't worry. We're going to put some ribbon in there. But you know what I think I'm going to do? Instead of having you sit here watching me do this whole thing, I think I'm going to stop the recording for a minute and come back when I'm almost done and show you the rest of what we're going to do to it. So I will be right back. I promise. Hey guys, I'm back. It seemed like only a minute for you, but it was a good half hour or so for me, getting all my little spirals on. I forgot to add that I started out with one roll of each color. So I had one yellow, one orange, one brown, and the green looks a lot like the yellow, but there's the green. You can see that, okay? There's green in there too. I don't know what happened, but I ended up having to cut a little bit more yellow and a little more orange. So, I mean, I had a whole case of this stuff. So, and I know I initially started out with 18 pipe cleaners all around, but I had to add more. It just wasn't full enough for me. So you can definitely do that. It takes a second to add another pipe cleaner. It's not a big deal, but it is nice and full now. I'm happy with the way it came out. It did fray a little bit on me still because, you know, mesh frays, there's really nothing you can do. Just try, don't let it make you crazy. If you see any pieces that are fraying, you know, pull them out, or it's easier to cut them. Don't pull them out because then you're just going to, it's like you're pulling a string off of a sweater or shirt. You're just going to make it unravel more. So, but I mean, that came out nice and full. And I have all my pipe cleaner sticking out still, but I'm going to add some ribbon. I want to add some ribbon. So I have some pretty plaid ribbon. I have this Give Thanks ribbon. I have some leaves, and I have this pretty coppery ribbon. So I think what I'm going to do first is move this aside for a minute. I'm going to cut some of this copper ribbon. And you don't want to cut it, like normally for like a ruffle wreath or a poof, I do 13 inches, but these are only, this is short. These pieces, like here's a fray right here. I'm just going to cut that off. You can go around after and, you know, cut off any pieces that you see. And don't go too crazy or, you know, no biggie. Just, you can even spray it with your spray adhesive after, but, you know, as long as you don't keep picking at it, you'll be okay. So I think I'm going to do, actually, I know what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to still cut it at 13, and I'm going to try something here. I'm going to cut it at 13. I think I'm just going to I'm going to fold it in half. And I'm going to get my Give Thanks ribbon and cut that at 13. You know, I really need to get another rotary cutter. I actually tried to cut my mesh quickly with the rotary cutter. I don't know. I think I must have gotten a faulty rotary cutter because it's never worked right for me. It's just not sharp. So I think I'm going to just invest in another rotary cutter, a better one. So you can see what I'm doing here. If you guys don't know, you just fold your ribbon in half like that, and you take the cut end there, the part that's open, and you just cut across like that. You just dovetail it, so you have a nice end on there, a nice pointy end. So do that with both. I'm not going to go too crazy with ribbon because this mesh is very, I mean, I've got 4 different colors of mesh here. So, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half like that. I'm going to scraps out of the way here. It's not messy. I'm going to fold this one in half. And instead of what I normally do when I do this, like if I had a bigger wreath or I had bigger poofs or bigger ruffles, I would do that. Okay, and I would pinch it in the middle like that. But I think that's just going to be too big. I think that's going to be too big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half like that. And then I'm going to pinch it in the middle. So I have kind of like closed on one end like that. And it's going to be open on the other end. So kind of like a little bow tie, but it's open on one end. See that? Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing to this one. And I'm going to put them together like that. And I can't hold things with my fingers, so I'm going to hold that like that. And then pinch this together the same way. And I'm going to see how that looks. Something a little bit different because I don't want my ribbon to stick out too much. And I'm just going to put these together, but I'm going to do them opposite ways, okay? Like that. And then I'm going to take one of my twist ties here. I think I'm going to put them like this. Okay, so you can see what I did. I've got my cut end for that ribbon there and the poof for that ribbon on that side, and then just the opposite. I've got the poof of the one coppery ribbon on this side, and then the cut end for the other one on this side. So they're like opposite, if you can see that. Okay, you're going to see when I get it on there, and I'm going to spread it out a little bit. So just find a tie somewhere. Give it a couple of twists, and then you can poof it out a little bit. See, I don't even really know how much of this I want to add because, like I said, the mesh is so colorful. You probably really won't even see the ribbon that much, but I wanted to add a little bit of ribbon. Just to have a little bit of ribbon on there. But the thing with the spiral wreaths is you're going to find that it's hard to get your ribbon to lay right because the spirals kind of stick up. Do you know what I mean? And see, I'm having a hard time getting that ribbon to kind of lay the way I want it to. But I might even want to cut it a little bit longer. But you can still see it. You can still see a little bit of ribbon sticking out there, and that's what I wanted. But again, because the spirals stick up like that, it's hard to get your ribbon to lay right. But I have a little bit of ribbon there. And I apologize, I have to hold it up and I have to look at it. Just so I can see. That's kind of cute. Now I'm going to take this. I think I'm going to cut it a little bit longer. I think I'm going to cut it at 16. And I don't think I'm going to put two ribbons together this time. I think I'm just going to use the one and add it like that. Dovetail your end. We got some rain tonight for the first time in a long time. Fold it over. Pinch it in the middle. I don't want to overdo this with ribbon. I just want to add some here and there. I'm just going to put the one in this time. So I'm going to have like a little half bow. What is it? See that? That's pretty. I like that. Now what do I have? I don't really think I want to do a lot of patterns on here. I think I'm going to go around a little bit more and just place this because I like the way this ribbon looks in there. I think it looks pretty. But I'm going to do it at 16 again because that seems like that's a good length. I really like this plaid ribbon. Another one. So I have two on there, if you can see those. There's a fray. I might even take this give thanks one out because it's too short. I'm not sure yet. I might leave it because it's just not laying right. It's just too short. Let's see. Where'd my ribbon go? Oh, there it is. You can either twist these ties to the back or you can cut them off. Another one. I think I'm going to cut some more of this give thanks ribbon, but I'm going to cut it longer. I'm going to do the 16 just like I did the other one. This is really pretty ribbon. I like that. I got that from the Dollar Tree. And I promise you guys, I'm going to be breaking out my Pro Bow the hand soon. I know I've been saying that, but I'm dying to make some beautiful bows. I'm going to put this one in between the plaid ribbon, I think. See, already I like that better because it's a little bit longer and you can see it a little bit better. The 13-inch was too short because I folded it in half. So, yeah. So you can see that a little bit better now there in this one. I like that give thanks ribbon. I think that's pretty. I'm going to keep that there. So I'm just going to alternate, actually. I'm going to alternate with the give thanks ribbon. I don't think I'm going to use this gold one here anymore because it blends in. It blends in too much. You really can't see it. But I'm just going to leave that there for now. I'm not going to fuss with it. But I'm just going to alternate the, you know what, I'm going to take it out. I don't like the way that looks. The ribbon's just too short and it's not laying right. So we're going to say goodbye to that. Goodbye. See how easy that was? Take it out, it's gone. I'm just going to alternate the give thanks ribbon with the plaid. I think that looks nice. And I have a cute little sign for the middle. Oh, that didn't work out right, did it? Whoops. Oh. I can't wait to post this for you guys. You're going to be like, what? She did a free video for us. Hooray. That's much better. And one thing about this Dollar Tree ribbon, though, it's kind of hard to work with. You know, it's Dollar Tree, so this plaid is not Dollar Tree. I don't remember where I got that one. I might have gotten it at Hobby Lobby, but this Give Thanks ribbon is Dollar Tree. I'm going to go around and start snipping off my my ties. Because I wish I should have used my orange Halloween ties. That's what I should have used. They would have blended in more. Just make sure you twist it enough before you snip them off so you don't lose your ribbon. If you can hear my kids laughing in the other room, they're watching funny videos or something. I don't know what they're watching. I don't know where they find some of these things that I accidentally cut my ribbon a little bit. Oops. That's okay. I'm not really going to go through it. Cut all these now. It's going to take me forever to do all that, but so I'll just keep adding my ribbon here. So I can show you how to put the sign on. Actually, no, I have more of that left. I'm hoping I have enough left of this plaid ribbon because I like it. So many twists in here. I'm trying to find. I'll put it here. It's raining. I like the sound of the rain. I don't know about you guys, but it's very relaxing to me, especially at night when I'm sleeping. It's just very, very calming. I think someone posted in the group the other day asking what to do with the twist ties. Do you twist them around to the back? Do you cut them off? You can really do either. And I think she had the argument, which was a very valid argument, that they tend to get caught in the mesh when you twist it around to the back. And they do that. So snip them off. Again, make sure that they're twisted good enough before you start snipping, because if you don't, you're going to lose your mesh. Your mesh is going to, come out. So. Where am I here? I need some more of this. 16 inches. Fold it in half. Pinch in the middle. I think I'm going to put this here a little bit closer because I don't want to have two plaids next to each other. So I'll be able to have room to put two more ribbon streamers in. Just try to puff that out a little bit. Okay. Be careful not to cut my mesh. That's why I'm kind of looking. I accidentally cut my ribbon a little tiny bit when I was. So it's always kind of good to get ties that match your project. Like I know with the candy cane wreath, the craft outlet form came with red tinsel ties, red pipe cleaners. So it went, it matched with the design of candy canes. So you didn't have to worry about snipping off the ends. I'm looking up at it right now, and I can see the little tinsel ties sticking out, and it matches, so it looks nice. Let me get another one of these here. If you want to go in after, maybe put some leaves or, you know, whatever. Little pumpkins. I may do that as well. I may get some pumpkins and put them in the middle of my ribbons to kind of cover where I cut the ties. Need to put one more of these in here. So, you know, honestly, I would have done a Facebook Live, but Facebook Lives make me a little nervous, only because when I'm working and I have to look down at my phone and see what your questions are, I'm honestly just afraid that I'm going to screw up. And while I'm looking at your question, I'm just going to mess something up on my wreath. So I would rather just sit here and do my thing. If you have any questions, you can post them in the group after. And that's it. I know that may seem a little selfish, and honestly, I don't intend it that way at all. Please don't take it that way. But, you know, again, I've watched many Facebook Lives myself, and especially with Nick, you know, from Nick's Seasonal Decor, and Damon from Deco Exchange. They get hundreds and hundreds of people watching their lives. And I see the questions just scroll on by, and they can't answer them because there's just so many. And they can't, I feel bad. I feel like these people aren't getting their questions answered because they're just so busy making their wreath. And they miss them because they move so fast. All right, we need one more give thanks over here, and then I think we're done with ribbon. Let me just cut this. I can find it. Never buying this color pipe cleaner again, I'll tell you that right now. I think I got them at Joann's because they didn't have any tan. I was looking for tan. Or like light brown or ivory or something that was, you know, a little easier to blend in, and they just didn't have anything but this ugly dark brown. So that looks kind of pretty so far. What do you think? I'm going to add one more of these. Uh-oh. Wait a second. Oh my God. Look at this, you guys. It's exactly 16 inches, the end of my roll. Good Lord. How about that? Something worked out good for me there. Wow. That's amazing. Thank you, Lord. Thank you for not making me have to go and cut another roll of ribbon for one piece. Wow. Stuff like that gets me excited. I'm sorry. Okay. Home stretch. Home stretch, people. I like these little half bows. They're cute. The only thing is I have to twist my give thanks ribbon around because while this is double-sided, this is not. So after I get it on, I kind of have to twist one of the tails around. I'm excited that I can make another candy cane now, because I finally got my supplies, my long-lost craft outlet supplies. Woohoo! It's Christmas. Okay, let's push this stuff out of the way and take a look at this. And I think that looks pretty darn good. I'm pretty happy with that. Look how pretty that is. I love that. Now I have this cute little sign. Oh, my legs. And I want to see how that would look. If you think maybe that's too big, I don't know if I... This is actually kind of cute too. That might be too big, but I have this. It's been sitting on my shelf that I got from Hobby Lobby. That might be too colorful for this wreath because, and I apologize, let me turn it around so I can look at it. Because you can't really see it because it's got it has a lot of colors in it. So let me see. Let me look at this one again and see if I like this one in there. I might not even put a sign. I don't really want to cover up my ribbon and whatnot. But that sign is pretty darn cute. I need one of those wreath stands so I can hold something up and I can look at it. I think that sign just might be just a little bit too big. I'm trying to think what else I have for a fall sign. Let me take a look in one of my goodie bags over here. Let's see what I have. You know what? I don't think I'm even going to add a sign. You know why? Because I like the way this looks, the way it is. I think it's just pretty with the ribbon, and I might add a sign later. I need to go look in my stash and see what I have. I might add that Happy Harvest sign. Maybe you guys can tell me once you see the video and see if you think that is too big, or maybe this one. If that maybe blends in too much, which I kind of think it does. Or we can just leave it like that. I'll leave it up to you guys. You guys can tell me if I should put something else in there. But I'm glad that you took the time to sit and watch this. And if you have any questions, post them in the group. My little present to you, a little extra video. And I hope you like it. I hope I like this ribbon. I don't know now that I look at it. Maybe it's a little too much. I have to stop overthinking things. All right, guys. You're all awesome. Here's my little present to you. I will upload it as soon as it's done processing. And I recorded this in Zoom, actually, so I will talk to you soon. Have a great night. Bye now.